for joining us today on Something to Think About with Pastor Mike, where the topics can range from current events, historical perspectives, practical Bible application, to whatever's on his mind today. People have stereotypes of what it means to be a Christian, and one thing's for sure, Pastor Mike loves breaking those stereotypes. Pastor Mike Hasseltine is the senior pastor of Maranatha Church with campuses in Forest Lake and Chisago, Minnesota. With over 40 years of practical pastoral ministry, Pastor Mike challenges us to be real people, loving a real God, right in the midst of all our real lives. Now, here's Pastor Mike.
Good morning, everybody out there. I hope you're wide and awake and you're having a great time. You're probably already at work. This show comes on. Your people are drive time, but it's really kind of after drive time.
A little bit.
You're kind of there at work and you're getting settled at your desk area or at your station. And hopefully you don't push the wrong button and press your hand off, or some machine come down and
Or you're maybe at home cleaning up after the kids' breakfast, getting them off to school.
Dirty diapers and oh my goodness, yes. Hey, we had a big deal here at church this weekend.
We do.
This is a big thing.
It's a very, very big deal.
Great time. Hundreds of kids are going to come. A couple hundred kids show up, and it's a great time. It's called Snow Days.
Snow Days.
And in the auditorium today, in the hallways and everything else, they're all set up. It's crazy.
It looks so fun.
Are you familiar with what age is today? The ages are for today is like 5 o'clock until whenever is for the younger kids. Then tomorrow is a long day for all our volunteers. Because tomorrow it goes from like 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock or something like that.
I'll get you all the details. Okay, so Junior Snow Days.
Junior Snow Days.
Junior Snow Days is today at 5 p.m. And it is from kindergarten to second grade. It's from 5 to 8:30 p.m. The cost is $25.
Okay.
And for the $25, oh my gosh, I was watching the gift bags out there.
It's amazing.
I mean, all kinds of amazing things. And then on Saturday, it's Snow Days for 3rd to 6th grade, and that's from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and that's $40. So
9 until 7.
9 to 7. That is a full,
That's a full
long day.
And, it's a long, full day for the kids, but they're not going to be able to. It's not going to bother them one bit. I think of all the adults. All the adults are going to be serving and working for all that time.
Right. Everybody will sleep well that night.
Yeah, they're going to sleep really well.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're going to have a great time. They always do.
Yeah.
I always love seeing the wrap-up video.
Right.
And being able to show it.
And I love about the junior snow days and snow days because Pastor Tina and the whole kids department team do such a great job hitting on all 4 quadrants. Luke 2:52, Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and man. And so whether it's physically, spiritually, relationally, emotionally, intelligently, all of that stuff, they've got something for the whole body and mind and spirit going to help these little ones get closer to Jesus and each other.
At Maranatha, if you go to Maranatha, whether it's Chisago Lakes or here, that's a main theme. You are not a mature person if you're not growing in all 4 areas.
That's right.
All 4 areas. So, you got to grow. You got to do it.
Got to grow. Otherwise, it's a problem.
You have a problem. I know. Again, there's this idea that some people are so spiritually minded they're no earthly good. Well, there's a spiritual reality to that.
There is, and I've been coming to Maranatha for, I think this past October was 23 years. And
what?
Yeah, right? I know. Back when the dinosaurs roamed.
You were 13.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. I wasn't exactly. But I can remember I had never heard the concept of growing in all of those areas. I thought growth was spiritual growth.
Yep.
So I had never heard in all the years that I loved Jesus before I got here, that was new news to me.
I've broken a lot of stereotypes in my life.
You did that one for me too.
Yep. Breaking a lot of stereotypes.
And I've been better for it ever since.
And I continue. Wait until later on. Some stuff is just like percolating in my being.
Oh, boy.
And,
so the listening audience needs to gird their loins, huh?
I was wound at Friday morning Bible study this morning because I got a message coming up, and I hit the ground running. KJ's back there twisting the knobs, our producer this morning. KJ, how you doing?
Yeah, we didn't even get much into the Bible study with how wound up you were.
I came walking in, barely sat down and said, "Hey guys," and just whoosh. It was a tirade. It was being fed with a water hose.
Some different kind of words said. It was good though.
It was colorful.
Preached real well.
You know, we don't have this 3-second or 7-second delay button here at the radio, so I'll be very, very careful. But yeah, I was.
You know what?
I was definitely wound.
That's an example for me of milieu. Understanding your milieu.
Yes.
Where are you and who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to? Yes, exactly. Oh man, I came in pretty wound.
Awesome. Maybe we'll get a little bit of that here on the show today.
Yeah, maybe. No, wait, you're not going to stand a chance.
Oh.
You definitely are going to. And hopefully I'll be salting the oats for next Sunday.
Oh, gosh.
Because this Sunday, I don't think I'm going to get it as far. I'm going to make it through my material that far. So it would probably, most likely, looks to me like we're going to get there next Sunday.
Well,
so
I tell
the
you,
next 2 weeks are going to be pretty intense because I'm talking about ignorance this Sunday, and then next Sunday I'm talking about basically false doctrine, talking about poor theology.
Okay, so just to clear the air about talking about ignorance. So are you going to poke your finger at us and tell us just how ignorant we are, or is there a bigger picture here?
Well, yeah, but the bigger picture is we are all ignorant. We just need to be aware of it.
Right.
I mean, I'm ignorant in so many areas and so many things. I mean, I know very little about golf. I know nothing about horses, equestrian stuff. I don't understand anything about hockey. I mean, I'm ignorant. So if I talk on some of these subjects, I don't have a clue.
So you're talking about the difference between not knowing something, which is without knowledge, that's ignorant. That's not the quality of person. It's not a label. It's not a classification of value.
It's not meaning that somebody is ignorant doesn't mean that they're stupid. It doesn't mean they're stupid. Right. I know a lot of smart people. I consider myself fairly intelligent, but I have a lot of areas of ignorance.
All right. Yeah, me too.
The problem is, well, we're going to get there.
Yeah, there you go.
The problem is spiritually, there's a lot of spiritual ignorance, and we believe things that we've been taught, and it's only because of ignorance. Yeah. So anyway, we'll get there a little bit later. Yeah. So KJ, back to, if we just want to, I'm going to piggyback back to last week for just a minute.
Yeah.
We're talking about the whole cold bath thing.
Oh yeah, cold plunge.
Cold plunge, and you got a cold plunger in your home.
Yeah, when you're coming over to do it.
Okay, so our listeners need to know that all that conversation with the cold plunge and all that. So I get home later in the afternoon. KJ sends me a picture of his cold plunge thing saying, "It's all ready to go, Pastor Mike. Come on over." And then he told me the temperature and all. He says, "Man, I'm ready for you. You just got to come." And I said, "Well, I'm working myself up mentally to it."
Nice. Hey, KJ, you'll be excited to know our sauna heater was delivered yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Whoop, whoop. So, yes, my husband's exploring it, and we're going to be hiring an electrician because you got to do that. Awesome. Cold plunge.
So our producer just stepped into the studio. She's here. So, Jenny, tell me, do you have you cold plunged?
I have cold plunged a couple times.
Okay, so for it was purposeful, intentful. It wasn't like just a crazy, bingy kind of let's go jump in the cold lake.
No, it was on purpose after playing pickleball
Really?
intensely for a couple hours.
So you went in a cold bath.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was very intimidated at first, but I'm like,
So am I.
I could not get over how good I felt the next couple days afterwards. I'm telling you.
You're killing me, man.
And we're getting one. Todd knows. He knows one's coming at some point. So. And he's a freeze baby, so he won't be
Prepare
using
yourself.
it.
I'm a wimp. You know, it comes to cold water. I'm a wimp. I'm a baby. Ugh. But KJ,
It'll make you
chop the
stronger.
ice.
It'll make me stronger.
It will.
On the inside, even.
I'm surprised as a church you guys don't do like a polar plunge. I think there's one coming up at the end of the month here in Forest Lake.
In Forest Lake?
Yeah.
Wow. I should challenge all the staff to one, shouldn't I?
Or they should all challenge you to one.
Wait a minute. No. I was thinking the other way around. I got to come up with something to challenge them to go and jump in the lake. In fact, that'll be my theme that day. Hey, go jump in the lake.
Yeah, and then when they say no, be like, no, get in the bus. We're going.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, my goodness. So,
Well, and one of the things that I need to check out is what is the safe expansion of doing that? Because it's not like you go in and you have a 30-minute sauna and then you go jump in and you've never done it. I mean, you've got to get your body ready for that. KJ is on the younger side, I mean, compared to what's in this side of the glass.
you're calling me old.
I have heard and read you can be in there for prolonged times at certain temperatures. I'm not going to quote any numbers because I'm not a
right
physician, but
right.
I only go in there for 2 minutes max.
Yeah.
Which is plenty. You want to get out of there after 2 seconds.
Of
course, yeah,
You
so-
hang on for a minute and 58 more seconds.
Because the stress between the extreme heat and the extreme cold is...
I think it would kill you.
Well, it's good stress for your body if you can help your body develop to the point to hold that. So we want to exercise caution. Please consult your physician.
Do you have one of those heart start machines at your house?
I mean, I've got a car battery and jumper cables.
So if I go over there and I have the big one, hey, Martha, I'm coming. I can see you. Here I come.
We'll hook you up to my stand-up jet ski. That'll get you going again.
Oh, that'll get me going, yes.
Stand-up jet ski fun.
Yes. That little reference to Martha, I'm not sure what their name was, but remember Red Fox?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, is that what it was?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Elizabeth.
Come on, Elizabeth, I'm here to join
coming.
you.
I'm coming. Yeah, Elizabeth.
That's Red Fox on, what was he on?
Gosh. Something times.
Yeah. Let me look it up here.
Red Fox. What was that name of that show? Okay, now we definitely are dating ourselves. Everybody out there listening right now is going to go, Red Fox, what? But he was a comedian, had his own show for a while. And him and his son, they were junk collectors. Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son.
I just remembered.
That was it.
Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Even as a little girl, I wanted to clean that living room. I'm like, pick up. That living room was
a mess. Oh, that's really wild. Yes. Hey, so if Russ is listening out there, Russ, man, I'm praying for you because I guess you had a run-in with Jenny Gaskill. Jenny Gaskill, man, she can be rough. So I'm just going to give a shout-out to Russ. You're out there having to deal with Jenny and... Man, Todd, Russ, I'm not sure if you met her husband, but Todd's much gentler, easier going guy. The fact that you had to mess with Jenny, man, I pray for you. Dear Lord,
wow.
Be with Russ.
She's looking at him through the glass right now.
Oh, man, yeah, she's giving me the evil eye.
Yes.
But that's kind of crazy. So, Robin, let's go to the
National Days. Okay. So, February 6th today, National Chopsticks Day.
Again, our producer, Jenny, she is very proficient at eating with chopsticks.
And the chopsticks that she uses when she does, she's very faithful. They are Star Wars.
Yes, and
chopsticks.
They have batteries in them, and they light up.
They're lightsaber chopsticks.
They are. See what I'm saying?
In my head, they make a sound.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as you took the time to go to a microphone, do you want to say any apologies to Russ or anything?
No, Russ is a great guy. We had so much fun with him. So
that's so
I hope
funny.
He's listening this morning. Hi, Russ, if you are.
That's good. Okay, so National Chapstick Day. What else?
Yes, National Bubblegum Day.
Bubblegum.
National Bubblegum Day.
Can you remember the last time you had a piece of bubblegum?
I can't remember.
Yeah, me either.
No, but I can remember there's a whole lot of directed coaching that goes along with kids and bubblegum. Did you get that? Don't pop your gum. Stop chewing with your mouth open. You look like Bessie Cow. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that goes along with bubblegum.
No, I don't. I remember just the brand Bazooka. Because it always had a little comic strip in it.
On the inside, yeah. Yeah, that was not what I would consider the great quality, but I now think, I don't know if that's ingesting
Was there a great quality gum?
Plastics.
Is that what you're trying to say? There is a hierarchy of great quality gum?
There had to have been, because
There's
that
cheap
wasn't very
gum
good,
then, Well, I guess the gumballs in the gumball machine probably not the best.
Yeah, whole industry is
As soon as the
failing
sugar
right now
goes
because
away,
we're mentioning
yes,
it.
you got to get rid of it.
Yes. National Frozen Yogurt Day today.
People can have it. Whatever.
Oh, you're not a frozen yogurt person,
I'm not a yogurt person. I don't care if it's frozen or hot.
Anything.
Cool, cold. Nope, no yogurt.
Okay. It's also National Wear Red Day, which is to raise awareness about heart disease, which is the leading cause of death for women.
And the leading cause for death for men is being old and getting in a cold tank. Getting in a cold thing. Whoop, heart attack right there. Boom. Down you go. Woo.
Well, that shouldn't last long.
Yeah, sure. Wow.
A little bit of gallows humor there. And it's also, let me get to this screen. It's
How come we didn't get the memo that today was National Red Day? We should have got the memo, then we could have wore red. But now I feel bad. You read it. It's today's National Red Day, and I'm not wearing anything red.
Okay.
You aren't either.
Nope.
KJ isn't either.
No.
I don't believe Jenny is either.
No. Oh, she's got a red something in her
She's
hand.
got a red dish.
There you go.
Cover for her dish.
Yeah.
You're not wearing that, Jenny, so
No.
it doesn't count.
It's also National Lame Duck Day. National Lame Duck
Lame
Day.
duck.
And for those who don't know what lame ducks is, in politics, a lame duck is a person currently holding a political office who has either lost a re-election bid, chosen not to seek another term, been prevented from running for re-election due to a term limit, or holds a position that has been eliminated, which is to say there are no next steps for that person in that position.
Right, and the
Yeah.
view and the idea is that they're powerless for that rest of that term or whatever. They really can't accomplish much because people aren't interested in working with them.
Well, either that or that's their time to like get a lot of stuff done because they won't necessarily receive maybe political ramifications afterwards. Who knows?
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we had a funeral here at church a month and a half ago, and Chris Carter, not Chris,
Melvin Carter.
Melvin Carter.
Yes, the mayor.
The mayor
Or
of St.
previous
Paul.
mayor. Mhm.
He was up here, and I saw him standing in our lobby, so I went over and said hi to him. Had a wonderful conversation with him.
Yeah.
But he was a lame duck because he had lost the re-election bid. But, and I think even, again, I can't say. So our listeners, please take it with a grain of salt. I'm not trying to judge in any way, shape, or form, but to say that he was wound up tight before and now he wasn't, no idea. I think he's always been a pretty level-headed guy. Every time I see him on the news, his things he's doing, I thought him to be a pretty good, solid thinker.
Very thoughtful. Mhm.
Yeah. Mayor of Minneapolis, I might have a different opinion, not sure, but Melvin Carter, he was in the lobby. I see him, and everybody's kind of avoiding him and stuff, and I thought, I'm going to go over and talk to him.
Amen. Well, and
What
you never
a great
know.
conversation, too.
Yeah, you never know
He's-
what his future's going to hold.
No, and he was very personable. We talked about faith issues, growing up, what church life was like for him. He talked about you're going to learn a lot going into church as a visitor, a stranger, because when he traveled different times, he told me about when he'd go into a church and dressed kind of average, not all suited up and all that. I mean, we just had a great thing. So then I sent him into our restroom. And he looked at me kind of funny. He goes, I said, no, have you been in our men's room? Nope. You got to go check out our men's room.
Yes, it is decorated appropriately.
It's a man's room.
It's a man's bathroom. That's exactly right.
Everybody who comes out and goes, oh, man, is that ever cool?
That's true.
Everybody does.
Yep. Yeah, very cool. And a couple of things I would like to highlight for the rest of the week so people just can plan.
Yeah, so we could have been prepared for Red Day.
Exactly, where I failed earlier. Okay, so this Saturday is National Play Outside Day. So tomorrow is National Play Outside Day. It's also ice cream for breakfast day. I'm like a big
Ice
day.
cream for breakfast? Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
Oh, and it's National Fettuccine
Man.
Alfredo Day. I know you like that too. So
I
it could be a
love that.
big food day for those who would like to do that.
Speaking of Big Food Day, really switching gears here.
Sunday?
So what do you and your husband do for, and your son's home as well? I'm not sure if the other ones come home, but for the Super Bowl.
They enjoy the Super Bowl, eating a variety of things. They don't really plan for it. They go scrounge like raccoons in the kitchen. And I go into my study and I put headphones on and I watch a movie and I knit or whatever it is I do. So,
You don't even sit out there and participate with them?
well, I mean, I'm not.
Will Rob come up?
He may. I don't know what their plans are.
Oh, okay.
We haven't even gotten that far. But yeah. Yeah. They have
For
a good
us,
time.
it's just an excuse to eat. We just eat, and then halftime comes, we turn the channel, go to somewhere else, come back afterwards. I'm interested in very little what Hollywood does, says, or believes. They are so far left, so anti everything that I believe and stand for that I don't even want to listen to them anymore.
Well, and it's going to
And
be
I
a
love
big
it.
day around
They have
here.
a platform, and they just but yet they keep trying to silence me, as a pastor. That but yeah, it's crazy.
Sounds like something to think about.
It is something to think about.
So this coming Sunday, of course, is Super Bowl.
Yep.
As you mentioned. But around Maranatha, it's Jersey Sunday.
It is. That's Sunday morning.
Do you have your jersey planned?
I do.
I do too.
I'm wearing the number of one of my grandson's football.
Very nice.
So I'm wearing a football jersey. So I have 3 of them.
I was going to say, you've
So
got a
I had-
number of them and
yeah,
have
I have
rotate.
to pick and choose.
yes.
So I had to literally have you or Nikki went back on the archives and see what was I wearing last year.
Yeah, right.
Because I want to make sure I wear the other guys.
Of course.
Tomorrow or
Wonderful
Sunday.
intention. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to wear the other one.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, Jersey Sunday. It's really wild. It's really kind of funny. Jersey Sunday really was started and kicked off by Pastor Bill. He's the lead, guy out at our campus in Chisago City.
Yeah.
Yeah, and him and his wife, Pastor Bill and Denise, they have a show here on the radio every Thursday at noon called In Pursuit.
In Pursuit.
Yeah, and the two shows are obviously very, very different. Our personalities are different, of course, and they just do a great thing. Kind of like we do I think the way you and I do the National Days.
Yeah.
It's really kind of funny. Denise does a word.
Word of the day.
The word of the day.
And she does it with an accent as well.
She does. She does
very
it really
fancy.
well.
Mm-hmm. Very fancy.
Very cool.
Before we go from the National Days, there is one that I would like to highlight and just encourage all of us with. This coming Wednesday is National Shut-In Visitation Day. If there's somebody in your world that is not able to leave their home or situation for whatever reason, if there's a way we can visit, that will just bring light and joy maybe to somebody else's life. So, National Shut-In Visitation Day.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The National Days. Mm-hmm. There's just so many out there, so many things. And I like it from the serious to the insane.
Yeah, here's one. We'll get to September 23rd is National Checkers Day and Dogs in Politics Day.
Dogs in politics? That's every one of them.
I know.
You dirty dog.
There you go.
Oh, man. That's kind of crazy. I'm not even sure where to go from there. Yeah, the politics, the whatever. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to step away for a short station identification, just a tad early, and then we're going to come back and then going to hit it. You're listening to Something to Think About with me, Pastor Mike, a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions or comments about today's show, email us at wajc@yourliferadio.com. If you're ever in the Forest Lake area, I'd love to personally invite you to join us for a Sunday morning service at 9:30 a.m. or Wednesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. There's something for everyone.
Something to Think About with Pastor Mike is a production of WAJC Your Life Radio, which is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. You can find more information on the web at realchurch.org. Now, back to Something to Think About.
Have you here? And here we are, Something to Think About. You know what's really funny, Robin?
What?
Is oftentimes people, like at Bible study, I'm heading down to do the show, and they go, what are you going to talk about today? I go, I don't know. The microphone's not on yet. That's about how much thought I put into this.
Well, then it's spontaneous. And
It's
there's
very
value to
spontaneous,
that.
let me
And
tell
that's
you
like,
what.
People want to know
And our
what you're thinking
listeners,
about. It's
hey,
moment by moment.
Mom at home, people in the workstation. Hopefully, we do laugh a lot, so hopefully they find some jocularity and some enjoyment in what we're doing,
That's a word. And
I think what it is when you can do that, is just, all it really means is one thing: you're old.
Well, see, I went a different direction with purposeful joy in your life and getting up and deciding, I know the day will hold all kinds of things, but I'm going to have fun today because that fills my cup in Jesus.
Well, that's kind of the story of my life.
I know.
It is. You know me for a long time, and there's not many days you can say that you've seen me depressed or down or kicking the dog or yelling at people.
No,
I just don't do that.
Nope.
I'm pretty much, life's to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not having fun, ain't nobody else having fun.
Well, that is a definite philosophy.
You want to try to make my life miserable? Go away.
That's what boundaries are called.
Set up an appointment. We can talk about it.
Set up an appointment.
We'll do that. Don't don't be a regular Debbie Downer just because life is.
Come talk about it.
Whatever. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so at church here, I've been encouraging people to buy a little devotional. It's called Day by Day. It's emotional, healthy spirituality, and it's really good. It's really a good book. Peter Scazzaro, and there's another book to go along with it, but we're not. I didn't encourage that. Not that's a bad thing. You can read it, but this devotional, I've really been enjoying it. They're short. The one thing that I've heard from people that have done this, because we're in the day 5 now.
Day 6.
We started February day 6.
There you go,
Thank you. Day 6, week 2, because we started February 1st, and we started the book, and we're going through this. And I love it. They're nice, short little devotions, and there's 2 per day.
Yes.
So one in the morning, and then one midday or evening. And again, I've heard some people, they just do them both together.
Right.
I mean, there's no...
Don't let it be legalistic.
Don't be a legalistic
Yes.
thing. The whole idea is to enjoy it, to get the most out of it, to enjoy God. The one thing that I've heard from most people that's been the most challenging is the 2 minutes of silence.
Yes, on the front end and the back end.
And the back end.
That's right.
That's what people have commented to me. They're like, you know, this is really good, but man, I didn't realize how hard it would be to spend just 2 minutes in silence.
Yes.
And keep their brain just rallied in on just thinking about the Lord.
Yeah.
Because their mind wanders everywhere. And hey, again, at the beginning, you're learning how to do this. Just come back to, Lord, I love you.
Yep.
Thinking about you, your greatness, of the awesomeness of your presence, and you come back to it. But there was a sentence or a concept the other day that, as I'm thinking about this, he was talking about Jonah and him running from God, and he was heading to Tarshish, and the Lord had to send a great wind, and then, you know, the big fish swallowing him up. And someone writes, you know, why Tarshish? And he says, for one thing, it's a lot more exciting than Nineveh. Jonah just did not want to go to Nineveh. He was probably a racist, you know, of some sort. And Nineveh was an ancient site with just a layer after layer of ruin and unhappy history. Going to Nineveh to preach was not a coveted assignment for a Hebrew prophet. But Tarshish was something else. Tarshish was exotic. It was an adventure. He was like, oh, God, I'm going to go there. And then one of the closing comments was, in Tarshish, we can have a religious career without having to deal with God.
We think.
Oh, that one sentence, as I'm going through this devotional thing, really struck me. And that is this idea, in Tarshish, we can have a religious career without having to deal with God. My whole life, I have been confronting, challenging other people, because I've discovered the same thing. You can have a lifetime career in church work and not have a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's tragic.
It's so dangerous.
It is so dangerous. And oftentimes people in leadership get to that place. They get up, they go to work, they do all Christian things. You know, our leaders, to truly have a heart for God, understand Scripture. I'm oftentimes disheartened by how many, quote, leaders have very light grasp of theology, of healthy theology. They just do Christian things like as if it's a business. And they just operate and they do things. Oh, and are they successful? Oh, yeah, the numbers can all be up. Offerings can be better than ever. Camps can be fuller than ever. All these things.
Well, and another thing I see is the education to get the license becomes the stopping point.
Yeah, just stop learning.
And that's so... it's really selling yourself and the congregation around you short, because there's so much to learn in God to put in practice to help us all grow. And if the leader stops learning, it doesn't bode well for anybody.
It's not about numbers. It's not about this idea of growth. It's the idea of being in a relationship with God. Not this constant, ranting and raving and being a cheerleader. Well, we're going to do that. Wow. And it's all this hyper, whatever. No. Know Him, walk with Him, and share Him with others.
Become spiritually mature.
That emphasis, yeah. So it is so easy to do church work without God's help.
Yep.
It is so
unfortunately.
easy. It is tragic. And unfortunately, we miss it. And, Jesus talking in Revelation, one of the churches, he says the same thing. You're doing a lot of good things, but you've lost your first love. So, it's proof. You can be doing it, but you don't even, don't even realize it. And tragically, sometimes we make very poor decisions that are actually against the Scriptures. Because we think, well, it's all just part of the kingdom and all part of God. No, it's not. It's evil. And people out there know this. You can't fight against evil until you first identify it.
Yeah, you got to be
And
able
we should have a hatred for evil.
That's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says.
That's what the Bible says.
What a concept.
Love what he loves, hate what he hates.
What an absolute concept.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a question to consider. And again, these things just, I really, this was day 2 of last week. It says, what internal or external storm might God be sending into your life as a sign that something is not right spiritually? I just thought it was incredibly, just something to think about.
Well, and storms provoke a response.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think about back in the day, learning that, you know, they would remove all the trees around up on a high point. They would remove all the trees around it so that one tree received all of the wind, because it was that movement and the challenge of the wind that made that wood stronger. And that's what they would use for a mast on a ship, because a mast on a ship had to be that strong. And so not that we should be isolated and doing this all on our own, but sometimes the storms can drive us closer to Jesus or reveal where we're not close to Jesus.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, so I'm going to go down this road. I came into Bible study just lit because I'm in a sermon series for the new year. The kind of the theme of the service is trust me. Mm-hmm. You know, God saying, hey, to all of us, trust me. Mm-hmm. Fundamentally, being a Christian, that's really what our Christian discipleship devotional life is like. Trust me. Do you trust me? Mm-hmm. And again, it's a statement. It's also a question.
Yeah.
You know, do you trust me?
Right.
Trust me? Question mark. And so I've just started the aspect of the complications of trust. Why don't we trust God?
Yeah.
And there's 4 major
important.
ones. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to touch all of them, but I'll just mention the first one is one of the first complications to trust, for us trusting God, is we have an adversary.
Yeah.
We have an enemy. And what he's really good at is, by his nature, he's cunning. He causes doubt. He's a liar. He's a devourer. I mean, he does not want us to trust God. Just like the serpent in the garden. Did God really say?
Mm-hmm. Casting doubt.
But the second major reason why we don't trust God, or it complicates our trusting God, is our ignorance and poor theology. I think down through the centuries, and in my life, down through the centuries, I'm old, you know. I've seen more incredibly ignorant things that people say, Christians.
Yeah.
And it's just ignorance. Again, it's not stupidity. Mm-hmm. Please listen to me. It's not stupidity, but you're just basically repeating what you've heard, and you haven't done a study for yourself. You haven't really understood things. But there's just a lot of this. You're just ignorant.
Yeah.
I hear people say all the time, well, I believe. Well, this is what I believe. Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter what you believe. Mm-hmm. It's, what does the Bible teach?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That reminds me very much of, having an opinion about gravity.
Yeah.
You can have all the opinion about gravity you want, and gravity's faithful, and it is relentless. So, I mean, yeah. It doesn't matter what my opinion is.
And a lot of our ignorance, again, is this perpetuated bad ideas in Christianity. Like, how many times, every time I hear somebody refer to the church as the house of God, I cringe. Again, you know me for a long time.
You've taught all of us that,
You know that thing just absolutely drives me nuts. And again, words are important. Mm-hmm. So they treat the building with respect. You can't run in here. You can't do this. And I'm not opposed to, being respectful and taking care of it and all that.
Yep.
But they worship it like as if it's God's house. Mm-hmm. This is not God's house. This is a tool. Right. This is where we gather. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we treat people oftentimes poorly when really that's the house of God.
Right.
Know ye not you are a temple of the Holy Spirit?
Yeah.
So the clarity, again, just this ignorance that, no, this building is not the house of God. This idea, another just one of these ignorance things is that, you got to be good to go to heaven. Well, I know my Aunt Betty, she's in heaven because she was a really good person. Again, goodness has got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Good works. I'll lay a line on you. It'll come up this Sunday in a message. Good works does not produce salvation, but salvation produces good works.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
That's the truth.
it's not flipped around. You are saved by grace through faith, not of works, lest any man should boast. I've heard this idea of people turn into angels.
Oh, that makes me want to lose my mind.
So people die and they go to heaven. Oh, they're an angel now.
Yeah, God needed
What?
another angel.
No, they are not.
That's like saying an elephant is going to become a giraffe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just qualitatively
people do
different.
not turn into angels. But they got all these mystical.
Yeah.
Again, it's just ignorance. It's
Yeah.
These
You
people
don't know.
aren't stupid. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
God takes people. I went through a whole sermon series on that. God takes people.
He does
and people
not.
got this unfortunate idea that God takes people. So if that's your idea, I don't blame people for being mad at God.
Right.
When they take their child or their wife or their husband or whatever. It's like, why did you take them? Well, God did not take. Again, it's ignorance. God did not take them. They died. And anyway, I don't want to get into that all the way. But there's another one is this idea that God always gets his way. So for our listeners who are going to be in church this Sunday, act surprised when I finally get to some of this stuff, because you need to act surprised. But this idea that God always gets his way.
Well, and I can remember, not exactly when, but I can remember the first time I ever heard you say that. And I was shocked.
Yes.
Because I came from a circumstance where the religious tradition leaned more on the sovereignty of God versus the free will of mankind. And so for God to not get his way was a blasphemous thought. But I know that's not who you are. So it piqued my attention and my curiosity to go, if Pastor Mike is going to say this, I need to find out more. And I have found that you're right. It is true. God doesn't always say his way.
Newsflash. Again, that's what I mean. Breaking stereotypes. My whole life walking through Christianity.
Right.
But again, for me, the benefit is not because I'm so smart. I don't want people to think that I'm saying that at all. It's because of where I came from. I came from the outside, inside the church. And I seen the church doing things, and I was growing as a Christian, reading my Bible, and most people, unfortunately, are stuck just repeating and regurgitating everything they've learned in the past.
Yeah.
And so they don't think. They haven't engaged their brain.
Right.
And they just keep regurgitating it.
Right.
And here's where practically it works out in a lot of ways. But you'll hear people say, you're planning an event. Let's just say you're planning a tent or church, and it's poorly attended. And you'll say, well, God has here who he wants here. Do you hear what you're saying? It's like you're saying God gets his way all the time. No, that's not true. God would like a lot of other people to be here.
Sure.
But some were so dang lazy, they're still in bed.
Well, they exercise
some came
the
up
power
with
of their
excuses
choice.
not to be here.
Yep.
God would like a lot of people to be here. Hey, God is willing that none should perish. That's his will. But he doesn't get his way.
Well, and that's, again, I would have difficulty now with Reformed theology, Calvinistic theology, because of those same erroneous emphases.
Yes. So, again, our ignorance. But the second part of this whole idea of one of the major complications to trust is our ignorance and poor theology, is poor theology. Oh, Lord. Oh, dear Jesus. Help us. Poor theology. Man, in Timothy, Paul warns the listeners, hey, watch out for it. In fact, he even mentions a couple names. He uses names.
Yeah.
He listed them. And he says, hey, their teaching is spreading like cancer. They have strayed from the faith. He's concerned about the overthrow of the faith of some. Paul is warning them. And that's why it says, hey, a lot of you don't long to be teachers, because you're going to be judged double strict. Hey, Galatians, you were doing well. Who bewitched you? You were running well. Who hindered you from obeying the truth? There's this idea of poor theology. And Paul just nails it. He dresses it in several occasions. But I'm going to go through a list of, and again, I'm going to use names, like John MacArthur and Dale Partridge and Doug Wilson and Sean Boltz. Let me just go down the road. This is fresh off the press. Okay, so KJ's back there twisting the knobs. He was in Bible study this morning, so he's going to be hearing it twice. But now I'm actually going to read the emails and stuff sent to the church. This guy, I'm not sure how he got a hold of our church, whether he came or listened or whatever. It doesn't matter. And the question was, is race mixing a sin? That was the question he asked me. He emailed it to us on our website and said, "Is it not?" And I responded basically by talking about Colossians 3:10-11. You know, about the circumcised, uncircumcised, Jew and Greek, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free. That there's no more division in Christ. That there's no more this idea that you can't. I can't believe we're talking about this. You know, mix races.
Right.
I can't even believe it. But this question. So again, poor theology. Remember the point I'm on. Poor theology. So he responds back to me. He says, "Hi, thank you for your response. Here's what I believe." And I've learned that real often these people, they're not really asking you a question. They want to correct you.
It's self-serving.
And they want to tell you what they believe. So he goes on. Colossians 3 speaks of unity among true believers in Christ. And there's key words you got to hunt out here. True believers in Christ. The distinctions listed: Jew, Gentile, Greek, Scythian, circumcised, uncircumcised, barbarian, set free. Do not divide status in the renewed body.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, he's trying to say that he's
The
talking
renewed
about
body.
as far as in the renewed body of Christ. This stuff, that's where this applies to. Importantly, Greek and Jew here clarifies that they are the same people. Dispersed Israelites, the Hellenized northern tribes, and those of Judah. It is not contrasting two separate races, but showing that within the covenant seed line, such labels no longer create barriers among God's people. This does not cancel racial separation or permitting mixing. He goes on. The new covenant remains exclusively with the house of Israel and Judah. Oh my gosh. The same racial seed line. And then Jesus was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Old Testament prohibitions on race mixing safeguard the covenant bloodline and are not abolished in the New Testament. Whoa, okay, right there. For me, I'm like, nope, this is theological heresy, nuttiness, craziness. I mean, the train has come off the rails.
Can I read you a scripture?
Oh my gosh.
2 Corinthians 5:16-18. Therefore, from now on we regard no one according to the flesh. Even though we have known Christ according to the flesh, yet now we know him thus no longer. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Now all things are of God, who is reconciled to us. And it goes on. We no longer regard people according to the flesh.
Hey, people need to realize when that temple veil tore, everything for me, I'm getting even more intensely on it, pointing out, everything intensely goes back to when that temple veil tore. The Holy of Holies, boom, God's presence went everywhere.
Seconds afterwards.
Wow. But what did the Jews do the next day? They went and fixed that up and put the ark back. Nobody got killed. Nobody died after that.
See, that's a subtle distinction that I was grateful that you pointed out to me, because here we have example in all of the Old Testament about the care and caution with which
people
a very
died,
limited...
put their hand up to steady it,
exactly,
boom, dead.
Boom. And we have no record of any of that happening after that temple veil tore.
I was around a bunch of, quote, mature Christians, pastors and all that. I said, you guys, why did the temple ark ever get stolen? And they all looked at me like, well, I don't know, eventually somebody went and got it. Yeah, but if the presence of God was still there like it was in the past, they would have been dead. That thing would never be stolen. And you can see the light bulb coming on for most of them. They're like, wow, I never thought of that. Yeah, the temple veil tore, Old Testament done, fulfilled, not just done, fulfilled. Now New Testament, God's presence is for everybody. Gee, what a concept. Read Acts chapter 10. Peter had to be just nailed and encouraged by it. I mean, like, I get wound on this stuff because
I'm sensing
poor
some sass
theology
happening, yeah.
drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
know
and
it.
these people trying to keep resurrecting Jewish festivals and all this. It's done.
Well, and
history gone. Bye-bye. Arrivederci. Sayonara.
And every one of the things that you're highlighting, Pastor Mike, are ditches that people have fallen
into.
in, and they are damaged, and then unfortunately they damage others with this same infection, and it's like, no, it doesn't need to be like that.
Listen to this. He goes on, and he's going to end this message this way. Christ is all and in all among his own people, not a permission to erase Yahweh's created kinds or corrupt the seed through mixing. Race mixing is sin against God's order. Yahweh's covenants endure for his remnant. So Nikki asked me, what do you want to respond back to this guy? And I'm like, I don't want to waste my time, pearls before swine. I said, just sign OH, thank you. Oh, thank you. And I just, boom, oh, thank you. Well, he gets back again.
That was insufficient response
That was
for him,
not
I
a
think.
good enough response, I guess. So he responds with just a couple sentences, 2 sentences. He goes, I know it is a tough pill to swallow once you realize God has a chosen, set-apart people, and he doesn't love everyone like the mainstream pastors teach. The Bible does not lie, though. I pray Yahweh opens your eyes. Only one people have the laws written on their inward parts. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Again, I would laugh hilariously if it wasn't so sad, like you said.
Yeah.
Poisoning other people, and other people get put off by this.
And you see in here the determination of the sinful nature to make some inferior and others superior. There is no they.
No, we're all it.
We're all
to all.
Yeah.
To all who received him.
Yeah.
To all who believe, John 3:16. All. And how long is it taking the Christian church to get to grasp that?
We haven't
We
yet.
still don't. I mean, we still
That's
don't.
right.
We don't get it.
I know.
It's just incredible, infuriating. So we have a wonderful pool of volunteers here. They're serving cleaning and just doing so many different things. Just great stuff. Well, there's a new young lady who just started serving, and talking to her the other day, was talking about something like this down the road, and crazy Christians that don't understand up from down, right from left. She's a waitress, and she has a nose ring, in the side of her nose. And she told me, Pastor Mike, you're not going to believe what happened the other day when I was serving. He goes, there was a husband and wife there, and as I came to serve them, the guy said to me, God does not love me because of my nose ring. God doesn't love you because of that nose ring. Can you believe that? I'm just like, oh my gosh.
How small.
I wish I had the
is
permission to
his
slap
image
some people.
of God.
I'd slap them good.
Oh, gosh.
But something, you can't fix stupid. Because there's ignorance and then there's stupid.
That's
just, man, craziness. But I got all kinds of examples. So if our listeners out there, if you're getting kind of like wound up and you want to see me wound up, this Sunday will be interesting, but next Sunday is going to be better. Next Sunday, I'm going to get into this idea of poor theology. There is so much poor theology out there. Oh,
and it's dangerous.
and again,
and
if
it's
you come here,
impacting America.
if you come next Sunday you're here, act surprised because you've already heard it once. Because I'm telling you right now. But okay, so I ran into one guy. He said, Pastor Mike, why there's not a lot of miracles going on today? And I was like, okay, you got my curiosity. Why? I'll pay the $2 entry fee. Why? And he says, well, because the Bible says that there's power in his name. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Here's another $2. Tell me more. And he says, well, we're not saying his name properly.
Oh, for goodness sake.
His name is Yahweh. His name is Yeshua. And I right there realized that I am talking to somebody with as much brain power that you fit in a thimble. And there'd be room to spare.
These are not mystical.
No, these are people
magical
today.
words to say.
That's what I mean.
It's
like,
relationship.
Wait a minute. You think our God is so small he's going to fold his arms and shake his head sideways going, nope. When we're praying and making requests, not until you say my name right. Not until you say my name right. I mean, people really believe this stuff. No wonder the church is having trouble ministering the love of God to a world that's broken and lost. Lord, help us from poor theology and poor thinkers. And again, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I don't have an answer for everything. Give me a few minutes. I'll come up with something though. But I have found again over my years just so many of these Christian things that people have regurgitated time and time again. Again, the church is the house of God.
Right.
No, it's not. This idea of serving God, they make it a have to instead of a get to.
Right.
You don't have to serve God.
No.
You get to. So in my whole life, I've changed so many of these different concepts. I just think because, again, I came from the outside in, and it has provided a freedom for me. But this freedom makes me an enemy sometimes because I'm saying the king has no clothes.
Right.
And the person who does that is usually not very popular.
Right. Well, and the danger in all of these things is the reason why Jesus came was so that we could have a relationship with the Father. And if you believe any of that junk, it impairs your ability to have the most important relationship you will ever have your whole life or all eternity. That's why this is so damaging. How many people are not getting closer to Jesus because this stuff is keeping them away? It's twaddle.
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 There you go. Pastor Robin's word, twaddle. And again, hot off the press, really. This past Christmas, I got an email, somebody really letting me have it because I'm steering people wrong. And his major point was December 25th was not Jesus' birthday.
You never said it was Jesus' birthday.
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, we do. We celebrate his birthday, remember?
We celebrate it, but that's not you saying it was his actual day. Yeah.
Okay, listeners out there, I love you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend. If you sit down and overeat during the Super Bowl, that's all right. Just didn't really enjoy it. But go to church first. Have a great day. Love you.
Thanks for tuning in today. Please join us right here each Friday morning at 8 a.m. If you have any questions or comments about today's show, email wajc@yourliferadio.com. You can hear more from Pastor Mike at Maranatha's website, realchurch.org, on the Messages and Media tab. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.